Good morning. So today we're going to be multiplying and dividing positive and negative decimals. So as we work through the problems, we'll kind of remember how to multiply and divide when we have decimals. I did not write those steps out for you, so you would multiply and divide as you normally would, and then you would use your integer rules for multiplying and dividing to determine what the sign of your answer is. Okay, so starting. Let's go ahead and work through some example problems together. So our first one is 1 and 2/10, or negative 1 and 2/10 times 1 and 3/10. Okay, so we're just going to set the problem up to multiply just like we normally do. Okay, so you guys remember when we're doing a 2-digit times a 2-digit, we start with our number in our ones place and multiply it by both on top. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, then I have to move to my tens place and put my 0 to show that. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Add my numbers together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 1. And then we count how many places after the decimal we have in the numbers we're multiplying. So in this case, we have 2. So we're going to start at the end and move over 1 place, 2 place, and this is where our decimal is going to go. Okay, now we have to apply if it's going to be positive or negative. I have one negative sign, which means my answer is also, my answer will also be negative. So negative 1 and 56 hundredths. Okay, let's do another problem. 3 and 1/10 times negative 1 and 5/10. So again, I'm going to set it up to multiply. Okay, then I go with my ones place. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, move over to my tens. To show that, I have to add a 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Add my numbers together. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then 1 plus 3. 4, again, going to count how many places, 1 and 2. So I move over twice, so my decimal's going here. Again, I only have one negative sign, so my answer for this would be negative 4 and 65 hundredths. Okay, let's try another one. 3 and 1/10 times negative 1 and 3/10. Again, we just set it up. Multiply by our ones place first on the bottom. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Move to my tens. I have to add a 0 to show that. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Add together. 10, carry my 1, 4. Count my places. I have 1 and 2, so I'm moving over 2 times. My decimal goes here. I have only one negative again, so my answer would be negative 4 and 3 hundredths. Okay, so moving into our division, negative 1 and 2/10 divided by 3/10. Okay, so first of all, remember that the first number that you see, which is this one, is what goes inside. This goes inside our division bar. So 1 and 2/10. Okay, this is also called our dividend. Okay, our divisor is the number we're dividing by. So in this one, it's 3/10. Okay, so here's how, just as a reminder, here's how we divide. Okay, first of all, we always have to have a whole number that we're dividing by. So in order to do that, I have to take my decimal and move it all the way to the right. So in this case, I only had to move it one time. Okay, so now I have a positive, just a regular 3 whole number sitting there. Since I moved it in my divisor, I have to do it in my dividend too, which means my decimal is going to go here. When we're dividing, when we're finished, we always carry our decimal straight into our quotient. So this is where our decimal will go. Okay, and then we can just take and divide like we normally do. So, can 3 go into 1? No, I'm going to show it by putting a 0. Some people use an X. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay, so now I'm going 3 into 12. It goes in 4 times. Okay, subtract, I get 12. So 0 left. So right now, my answer is 4 whole because the decimal is to the right. Okay, now I have to go back and apply my rule. Our rule says I have 1 negative and 1 positive. My answer is also going to be a negative. So for this one would be -4. Okay, let's do a couple more. So -6 2/10 divided by -3 1/10. Okay, I'm going to set it up. 6.2. 3.1 is my divisor. I have to make my divisor a whole number, moving it one place, which means I have to move it one place here. I like to go ahead and add it to my quotient so that I know where it's going to go. Okay, and then we're going to divide. 31 can go into 62 2 times. And you guys, if you need to, add that 0 above the 6. So 31 times 2 is 62. So I have nothing left. So this one is 2 wholes. Now I have to go back to my problem. I have 1 negative, 2 negatives. So this answer will also be positive. Okay, when I have 2 negatives, my answer is going to be positive. Okay, another example, 4 8/10 divided by 1 6/10. You guys see how I'm just ignoring my signs until I get finished. So that's what you guys need to do too. Okay, make it a whole number, moves one place. This one also moves one place, carry it up. Okay, then I start dividing. Okay, 16 can't go into 4. 16 goes into 48 3 times. 3 times 16 is 48. Which leaves me with nothing. So again, I have another whole number because my decimal's to the right of it. So I go back to my problem. I have 1 positive, 1 negative. So my answer is going to be negative. Okay, so we're just dividing like we normally do and then applying our integer rules at the end to find out if our answer is positive or negative. All right, you guys, go ahead and work on your assignment. If you have any questions, you can email me. If you need to, I will be on Zoom around 1:45 to answer any questions. See you guys later.